I don't want you to know what it feels like to keep all of this pain so concealed. Like I want out of this plane, I told my psych, you don't need to, you don't need to. I'm losing patience, living in damnation. I'm dark vibrations, singing incantations. It must sound like I'm mad, I'm never found to be glad. I'm working out of the math, the answer's always been sad, yeah. I'm a zero summation, lost in translation. Here's my resignation, from this life I'm not staying. My whole life's a passing fad. You'll remember the times we had, the times we had, yeah. All these pleasures my brain can't have. I want out, so please don't be sad. Give it up, cause I'm getting out. Don't be sad, you could let it out. All the shit I'm forgetting now. My whole life I've been checking out. All I said, you could send it out. Light it up, now I'm headed out. This is the end of my part now. We will be never apart, no. I'm losing patience, living in damnation. I'm dark vibrations, singing incantations. It must sound like I'm mad, I'm never found to be glad. I'm working out of the math, the answer's always been sad, yeah. Don't leave, I need you with me. Don't die, I need you alive. Don't go, don't leave me alone. You said, yeah. My entire life feels like one big mistake, and all these pills inhibit re-uptake. I can't arrive at any reason to wait. Take it one at a time, only take it one night at a time. And I don't care, cause I don't give, I take. From this world so superficial and fake. In all your joys I simply cannot relate. Take it one at a time, only take it one night at a time. I say goodbye, it's getting late now. Please don't cry, you'll know I made it out. Say goodbye before I fade out. Before I fade out, before I fade out. I'm losing patience, living in damnation. I'm dark vibrations, singing incantations. It must sound like I'm mad, I'm never found to be glad. I'm working out of the math, the answer's always been sad, yeah. I'm a zero summation, lost in translation. Here's my resignation, from this life I'm not staying. My whole life's a passing fad. You'll remember the times we had, times we had, yeah. Let it out, all the shit I'm forgetting now. My whole life I've been checking out. All I said, you can send it out. Light it up, now I'm headed out.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the zoo. I'm the Rusty Panda, and I am here for you. Today we've got ToriJoyMusic in the house. Womp womp. Checking my levels here, making sure everything looks good. Yeah, we're good here. So, oh my gosh. So everybody, you might be confused about the earlier time. That's fine. We're going to experiment with some times throughout the day, try to get a few different types of streamers on here who may not be able to do with the later time, specifically EU friendly. But here we've got ToriJoy, and I'm so excited to have her on right now. And basically what this is Wiki Wednesday, the show where we go down Wikipedia rabbit holes, learning 15 things they like about the streamer, 5 things they don't, and we learn a bit about the topics, learn a little bit about ourselves. So, how are you doing today? How is everything? Nice. Yeah, that is nice. I'm pretty sure I went to nap around 2:30 yesterday and didn't wake up until 6 p.m. and I was like, I think that was a good nap. Days Danny, welcome on in. Yeah, so from what I've seen of your streams, you are incredibly impressive, both vocally and musically. I'm always in awe when I come into your streams about where you can sing on the register and how freaking flawless it is. So I'm very happy to have you on. It's just I can't express that enough. But one of the one of the things on your stream is a ukulele, and so that's why I went ahead and put that up first. Just something to kind of put in the background, but also something that we could talk about here as far as what started you on the ukulele. Was that one of the first instruments? Was piano the first instrument? You had mentioned the other day that you started in choir, so I want to know your basis of music and where it's flourished to as to today. Uh,
different city, so I started with a different teacher. I didn't really take it very seriously, didn't practice enough, but I stuck with it. And then in high school, I got into choir, and I started kind of posting like little YouTube videos, like cover videos, in middle school and high school. And then high school, I also started writing music, and I started learning ukulele. I think it was my junior year of high school. I was in the Kansas State choir, like Kansas State Honors Choir or something like that. And at the center, the convention center that we were at, there was like a big music, like there were just a bunch of like music vendors, and there was an ukulele vendor, and I found one for like $50. It's that little tiny black one right there. I don't know if you can see it on the stream, but um, yeah, I got that, and I just started learning it by myself.
that's
And
awesome.
yeah, so totally self-taught with the ukulele.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that I'm not pronouncing it right. I feel
That's like
like
it's both. Both is
ukulele,
good.
me and my American accent.
Both is good. I do both. It's yeah, interchangeable.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I have one on my wall. You can't see screened out, but I have one on my wall that I've been tempted to learn from. Um, just because guitar is so hard for me. Gizmo, welcome on in.
Mhm.
Guitar is so hard for me because my hands are not big enough.
Same. Guitar is very hard for me too.
Right, and so
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to do something different. So you've been inspiring me to look a little harder at the ukulele.
It's much
Um,
easier, definitely.
yeah, and I understand some basic chords, so I mean, I think I'll be able to get that down, not too
Yeah, for
hard.
sure.
But okay, so that's cool that there was a music vendor at your honors choir.
Mhm.
That's pretty intense. I had honors choir in Jersey, and it wasn't honors choir. It was all state,
Yes,
and
that's
they didn't have anything that cool. It was basically
yeah.
like go in, do your stuff, leave, find out if you've done very well, and then leave on a bus and have your music teacher either berate you or tell you you've done great. Like
Yeah.
that was your day.
Yeah,
um, so you said you're
I've been in similar situations.
yeah, yeah. Choir is a cutthroat
Mhm.
thing. You know, it's either you get high praise or you get scolded pretty hard.
Mhm. Yep.
Um, so you said your grandma taught you. That's piano. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How
Mhm.
long were how old were you when you first started?
Uh, like 6 or 7, I think. Yeah.
That's a good
1st
age to
grade,
get
so
started.
about 6. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you took to it obviously pretty well at this point, especially writing your own music, which is again something I love hearing you do too because it's so authentically you. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I got a list of 15 things you like and 5 things you don't.
mhm.
Thank you for putting that together for me.
For sure.
And so there's some really interesting things on this list. We won't go in order. We usually don't. Um,
That's very good.
and I don't dwell too hard on the things you don't like. I try to keep it as upbeat, and although
Mhm.
your things you don't like are pretty fantastic, we might touch on them a little more than usual. Um, all right, so tell me about it's number one on the list, so we'll at least start it. Tell me about the sunflowers. No, I don't want to try dark mode. Thank you. Tell me about sunflowers.
Well, it's my favorite flower. It's the state flower of Kansas, which is where I'm from originally.
Hmm,
Um, and actually, my first artist name when I first started writing music was Sunflower.
okay.
And I didn't choose that. I was in a when I first started writing music, I was in a music group with some guys at my high school. They mostly did like rapping and like making beats and producing and stuff. And then I did like singing the hooks and eventually started writing my own songs. And one of my friends in the group, he just would always call me Sunflower. Like he said that that's what I am. He's like, "You're a sunflower," and I went with that. I just chose that as my artist name, and I was that for a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, before I switched to Tori Joy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was so like, what's why switch to Tori Joy? I don't understand why you could possibly switch to such a random name, such as. No, I get
Yeah, exactly.
it.
It's a little more distinctive.
Yeah, yeah. Avian
Tori Joy.
Shrine, welcome on in.
Amen.
Um, so yeah, that's pretty cool. My cousin absolutely adores sunflowers, and she has a very similar demeanor to you, and definitely I would say sunflower fits you perfectly.
Thanks. I
Um,
have them everywhere in my room, so.
yeah, I see that. I love that. Tell me about why, not why. Tell me about this doing the hooks and everything as well. I'm interested in, did you go to like a performing arts high school, or was it just that, did you have a recording studio in your high school?
No, it was just a plain old public school. Topeka High School is where I went to.
Okay.
Um, it's actually not just plain, it's freaking cool. If you look it up, like, it looks like Hogwarts or something, like, it's like a castle. It's the most beautiful high school I've ever seen. But yeah, the guys that I got into a group with, 2 of them were in choir with me. We were in, like, the top choir. I was a sophomore when they were seniors. Um, and yeah, we would just hang out and, like, they would just, like, freestyle rap and, like, just be making beats, and they would, like, have a song that they needed a hook on, and I would just kind of freestyle and write to it, to whatever missing parts there were, and yeah,
That
and then,
sounds
they
fun.
had, like, a DIY little studio too, so
That sounds like a
yeah,
lot of fun.
it was really fun.
Um,
I will cherish those memories forever.
Yeah, and what a
Mhm.
great way to come up in a different genre. It's not
Mhm.
just coming up in a basic, folk environment, which you'll find in Kansas folk country.
Mhm.
Although folk is my favorite genre, so but that just sort of happened coincidentally of living here.
Mhm.
But the fact that you've got some rap and hip hop in there,
Mhm.
that's really great. Like that's such a
Yeah.
great thing to have underneath your belt.
Mhm.
Labby Claw? Sunflowers are the
Claw!
best. Claw, okay, I didn't know the first part, so I'll just call you Claw. Claw has been established.
Yes.
We'll call you Claw.
Claw.
Um, well, that's awesome. So, and then getting, to know. Now, you said you're in the highest tier of choir. So, how many tier
Mhm.
was there? Like basic choir, honors choir, and then like show choir?
We didn't have a show choir, but, the top choir was called the Madrigals, which if you're familiar with madrigal music, it's mostly from, like, the Renaissance period of music, um, and, yeah, we sang a lot of madrigals and, like, a cappella stuff. It was the smallest choir group. I think it went from, like, freshman women's choir, um, there was another choir I don't remember the name of, um, another women's choir, and then robed choir, which was, like, the big one, which I was in both madrigals and robed choir.
Right.
Um, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, we didn't have that many choirs because, and I say this every stream, I feel like I brag about it and I'm not bragging, it's just my roots. I went to a performing arts high school. And
Nice.
so we had our choir, but then we had honors choir, then we had our a cappella groups, then we had our uh, better a cappella groups, the inclusive one and then the more selective one. And that, like, it was really weird and weirdly tiered. But ultimately, it came down to one big choir because we were selective from the get go,
Mm.
unless you were in class with choir, in which case then you were just a part of it. But that's cool that you the madrigals. That's really cool. Much
Cool.
better than the rebels, I'll tell you that much. They
Oh.
come in with Rebel Yell was one of the
Ooh.
names of the contending a cappella group, and
Wow.
yeah,
I like it.
yeah. Um, all right, cool. So sunflowers, very cool. And no, I did not know that you can grill and eat sunflowers. Is that something you knew?
I did not know that. I've never eaten a sunflower. I've eaten sunflower seeds,
Yeah,
but not a
same.
full flower.
Chocolate covered sunflower seeds are delightful.
Ooh, yes, those are good.
Yes.
Haven't had those in a while.
Now, is that, we'll switch over. Is that because you're vegan, or is that just, or are you vegan, or you just like vegan food?
Mhm. I am vegan,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Because I figure the chocolate would be a no for sunflower
oh,
seeds.
there's lots of vegan chocolates. I don't know. I don't see chocolate covered sunflower seeds very often, so
Usually
I
they're
don't know.
at like if you're going to what am I trying to say? When you go to a museum and they have a section where you buy stuff. What are those
Mm,
called?
like gift shop?
Gift shop. Thank you. Wow, I
Yeah.
don't know why that was so hard. When you go into a gift
Words.
shop, yeah, when you go into a gift
Mhm.
shop, especially in like Florida, they're everywhere. I don't know why.
Mm,
Um,
all right.
but yeah, tell me about veganism. Tell me about when you decided to become vegan, or is it a lifelong thing?
So I started being pescatarian first,
Mhm.
which is it's basically like vegetarian, but you eat fish too.
Mhm.
Um, and so I used to go to Warp Tour a lot. If you're not familiar, it's
No,
like
I'm
a
very
bunch of different
familiar.
bands. Yeah, I figured you knew. But yeah, so I went to that, and did you ever see like PETA was there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got hooked in by PETA. They gave me some pamphlets and like I think they gave me like a DVD thing,
Mm.
and I watched that DVD, and it yeah, um I just wasn't okay with how factory farming and that kind of stuff works, and I decided I didn't want to eat meat anymore. But I told my parents that I wanted to be vegetarian, and they were like they really didn't want me to be, so we kind of compromised, and I just became pescatarian.
Mhm.
So I could still have fish. And then I think like later in high school, that's when I cut out fish. Um, because I mean, I became more independent. I could make my own food.
Right.
Um, and then so I was vegetarian for I think 6 years, and then my sophomore year of college, that's when I decided to go vegan. I don't
Okay.
really know why. I wanted to try it, and it was hard at first. The first couple weeks, I craved cheese so much,
Mm.
but after 2 weeks or 2 or 3 weeks went by, I didn't have any cravings anymore, and I found lots of good like vegan substitutes. There's lots of options now, especially since then.
Yeah, no,
Um,
there's tons of options now.
mhm.
I have a good friend, he's a streamer here, and he talks about being vegan back in like the early 90s and how people would like trade recipes on like a zine, like just to try to be able to eat something that wasn't bark and grass, which was the name of the zine.
That's amazing.
Hello, kitty.
Yes, he was begging for cuddles. I don't
Oh.
know if you heard him meowing.
Yeah, what's his
Like,
name?
meow. This is Jack.
Jack. Hi,
Yeah.
Jack. Oh my goodness, he's a
he's
licker
he's
too.
a big fluff. Oh, hello.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness, so cute.
he's very needy.
Yeah, I'm surprised mine haven't come in. Like I said, I have three, so
Mm-hmm.
they circle. You'll see one on the
No.
couch, and the next you know, you're like in that exact same spot. You're like, wait, no, you were a different cat like 10
Yeah,
minutes ago. I don't know how that happened.
they take turns.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
what is your favorite vegan dish? Can you like that you create? I should just say dish. What is your favorite dish to make?
I really like to make curries.
Hmm.
Um, it's just really easy, like chickpeas, potatoes, carrots. Um, yeah, coconut milk, lots of spices, and rice.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I didn't feed in
No
time.
worries. But yeah, that's probably my favorite curry. Yeah.
Okay. And anything that you cook only rarely but you find really fascinating?
Oh, I made vegan chicken and dumplings once, and it was fantastic. It was so freaking good. Like everything was made from scratch, and yeah,
How does
that
one
was
make
amazing.
vegan chicken and dumplings?
Uh, it's been a few years since I did it, so I don't really remember. But I think I did like,
But it's
well, I didn't
more
make the
so the
chicken
I
from
was gonna
scratch.
say more so the chicken. Like where does vegan chicken happen?
Yeah, the chicken I think I bought like store bought. Like the brand is Gardein.
Okay.
That's my favorite like vegan meat
Meat
substitute
substitute.
brand.
Okay.
Yeah, they have good fake chicken.
Oh,
I
awesome.
don't know. I think it's like soy based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend Becca, she went vegetarian. And hey, by the way, fakes, Elliot Edward, welcome on in.
Hello.
But yeah, she went vegetarian mainly because of the animal cruelty route. So
Hmm.
she could theoretically, she says she would eat something that was done humanely. Like if she was on a friend's farm and they had chickens and the chickens had laid eggs and she knew that they weren't captive, like that's when she would eat the eggs. But
Hmm.
she said as far as like animal cruelty and mainstream stuff, like she just doesn't eat the meat anymore. And I was like, that's cool. Like everybody has their reason, and I think all
Hmm.
reasons are reasons. But to me, it makes such a big swing for her when going from like zero to throttle. That makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense, and it reminds me of your PETA video, which by the way I remember.
Uh-huh.
I remember them handing it out. I couldn't watch the video. I couldn't get
Mm.
through it at all. But I remember them handing them out. I went to Warp Tour 2004. That was my first Warp Tour,
Wow.
and that was a crazy lineup. But I
I
digress.
bet.
That was like Taking Back Sunday
Oh,
and like all the Coheed and Cambria, like all the good bands.
wow.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Um. Okay, so we talked about some food. Let's talk about why we don't like olives.
Okay, I do like olives, but only like the ones that you find on like the bottom shelf in the cans, the black olives
Mm-hmm.
in cans. But any other kind like Kalamata, green olives, I don't like.
Is it the
I don't know
salt?
why.
Is it the brine, you think? Or.
Maybe the brine, I don't know. Like they just kind of taste like bitter to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, and it's funny that you say the bottom shelf cans because there are times where I can open up a can of those olives and just eat them with a fork.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I've done that many times.
It's so good. It's like I need salt, and here we are. This is
It's so
great.
good. Yeah, one time when I was a kid, Olive Garden was a big restaurant that my family and I would go to, and I went there for my birthday one time, and I didn't get a free dessert. I got a box of olives because that's what I wanted. I wanted those black olives.
I had no idea that they could even do that.
They did it for me.
Aw, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, I'm not a green olive fan. My brother would eat the green olives, and like my family owned a restaurant, and my brother would eat the green olives and I would eat the black olives. And my
Mm.
parents are like, "What olives do we eat?" And we're like, "Look,
Right.
get with it. If you're gonna serve us first, you're gonna have to learn."
Yes.
But yeah, so I just wanted to touch on that. And you'll use things like
Yeah.
olive oil and stuff. It's just literal
Oh, yeah.
olives, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
I use olive oil lots.
I hate the surprise olive, the one where you're eating like maybe like a Mediterranean salad or something, and all of a sudden you don't even realize and you bite into like the most horrible olive that you could even
Mhm.
think of. It's like bitter and
Yeah.
salty and it just ruins the whole salad for you.
Yes. Yep.
It
I can
reminds
I
me of
can taste it.
pepperoncinis, which I'm also
Oh,
not a
yeah.
fan of.
Me neither. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then let's move back to, since we're on the food discussion, let's go through to mushrooms.
Ah, yes.
So tell me about mushrooms.
I love mushrooms. I really like lion's mane
Okay.
and oyster mushrooms. I make like vegan lobster roll kind of things with the lion's mane ones. And then the oyster mushrooms I'll like fry and make them like chicken wing kind of substitutes.
Wow.
It's really good. And yeah, I don't know. I just think mushrooms are very fascinating. Like I watched a documentary about them. I forgot what it's called. I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I saw it on Netflix too.
Yeah.
Just like how they can literally grow anywhere and like
Yeah.
they're just a perfect food source.
Yes. Like it's everywhere. Everything is connected to mushrooms basically
Right.
in the air. And it's so cool. And yeah, it's just amazing how many different types there are. Um I think it was last fall I went foraging with my family in a forest near where they live in Kansas City, and we found a bunch of puffball mushrooms. Have you ever
Hmm.
seen them?
Let's find out. Puff. No, not in here. Let's see if we can do puffball. Yes, there we go.
They're
Okay.
so cool.
Yeah,
They're
they
like
look
the ones that
cool.
we found were huge. Like they were bigger than my head. And like I don't know, it was just so cool. I was very excited.
Yeah.
Sadly, the ones that we found were rotten, so we couldn't
Oh
eat them. But
no. Yeah, that
yeah.
still looks really interesting.
Yeah. It's so cool. Like
Puffball
you could feed
mushrooms.
so many people with one of those things.
Yeah. Look at that. That's so
Mhm.
wicked.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
It's
they were
really
solid
cool.
too. Unless
Mhm.
that's just not a mushroom, but it looks like mushroom.
Yeah.
Are they
That's
solid?
mushroom. Mhm.
Wow.
Yep. It's kind of like spongy a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, the ones that we found were not white like that. They were like yellow because they were rotten.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it
Well,
was really cool.
have you ever had one like at a restaurant or like not a restaurant, but like made like at a store and made it yourself?
No, I've never seen them in stores. The only place I saw them was when we went foraging.
Have you done morels before?
I have not. No.
You know about morel hunting and all of that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've had a morel, and I say I think because it was handed to me and it tasted good, but like I was like, okay, cool, this is a mushroom. Like, and I
Mhm.
didn't get as hype as everybody really wanted me to be.
Mm,
So I don't know if that was a morel or not, but I know my
okay.
friends like go hunting and they come back with just a truckload of just
Wow.
morels, and I know it's like a really big deal out here in the Midwest.
That's amazing. Yeah, I
Um,
don't think I've tried them.
lion's mane.
Yes, those ones
Mushroom.
are really cool. Like they look so cool.
Oh yeah,
They actually look like little lion's manes.
they do.
They're
And
fuzzy.
so they're fuzzy. So does the fuzz
Mhm.
bake off or
No, the way that I cook them, I just like pan fry them basically
okay,
in some oil. Um, yeah, and they don't like stay puffy like that. They kind of get smaller.
like
But
that?
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
it's like they have little hairs. Oh, yes. Avian asked about truffle. I love truffle. Yes.
I've had
Yep.
truffle before, but it was like one of those things that randomly occurred in my meal. They were like,
Mm.
"Oh, blah blah blah," and truffle, and I was like, "All right, I mean, might as well. It's here. Let's try it." So, and it
Yeah.
was very good. I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah.
And
Truffle fries are really good.
oh, truffle fries. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
I choose truffle fries every time when there's an option.
Oh yeah,
So
so good.
good. Okay, you said lion's mane, and then you had said one other mushroom that you really enjoy.
Oyster. Oyster
Oyster.
mushrooms. Yeah. There's many different types of oyster. I think I usually get like Italian oyster. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
it's really good. I think people sometimes call it chicken of the woods because it has a very similar texture to chicken
Okay.
when you cook it. So,
Thanks for stopping
yeah.
by, Fakes. Good to see you, Elliot Edward.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, there's just so many types of
Mhm.
mushrooms.
So many.
Let me see. You said the Italian one. Let me see if it's Middle East, Afghani, Taiwan, Australia. I don't see Italian.
Hmm.
It's Caribbean,
That's
Central
interesting. I think that's
America.
one of the most like popular ones in like grocery stores.
Okay.
Yeah.
Europe and Middle East, the king oyster mushroom.
Oh, yeah, those are good.
Those look
I
good.
do like those.
Interesting.
The Italian oyster are called Pleurotus pulmonarius.
This one.
I don't. Yep, that's the one.
Okay.
Okay, I guess they're also called Indian oyster.
Okay. Or Italian oyster. Yeah, okay,
Interesting.
I see it.
Yeah, cool.
Lung oyster doesn't sound as appetizing.
No, not so much.
um, shape is bare. Edibility is choice. That's very cool. That's very
Mhm.
cool. Yeah, things I didn't know about mushrooms.
Mhm. Mushrooms are awesome.
Yeah. Um, so tell me about your love of coffee.
Well, I love it. I drink it every day, pretty much. I kind of alternate between coffee and matcha a little bit, but yeah, I used to work at a coffee shop in college
Mm-hmm.
called the Roastery.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably familiar.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that was fun. I got very addicted to coffee. I would drink like 5 or 6 cups a day back then,
Yeah,
and would get
college.
yeah, and it was free too, so why not?
Yeah.
um, yeah, and like I would get really bad headaches if I didn't have it, but now I only drink about a cup a day, but sometimes I indulge in 2.
Yeah. Now, I
Um,
know I once said the word Starbies and you were like, "No, I don't do that." And I was like, "Okay.
yeah.
Sorry." So what's your place you said you on your birthday you had a special place that you went to?
Oh, I like Caribou coffee if we're going to like a chain, but definitely prefer like local over anything. But mostly I just make it at home. But yeah, Caribou is if I'm like going out and I need
Okay.
coffee, then I go there. I really like latte with vanilla and mint.
Ooh, that's interesting combination.
Yes, it's very good.
Mint in my coffee. I don't know if I could do that much, but
No, I love mint.
yeah.
Yeah, mint flavored anything. I like kind of like a medium roast, light to medium, dark not so much.
Yeah, my husband drinks dark roast times a million. He
Mm.
basically oil. What do they call that? Truck oil.
Yeah, like black tar.
Black tar coffee. That's it. And Fart, welcome on in. Good to see you.
Hey yo.
Um, uh, yeah. So I've never been to a Caribou. I don't think. But the roastery I have been to because
Mm.
they are in the Kansas City airport.
Yes, I think it's from Kansas City
Yeah, and so
originally.
I'm a little peeved because but they got rid of all the Starbucks in the airport, and
Oh, did they?
because the new airport now has one Dunkin' Donuts, one,
Oh, I did not know that.
and so I just go ahead and buy the double shots off the shelf. I'm like, whatever, you
Mm.
can't stop me.
Yeah.
um,
Mm.
but yeah, they're okay. I'm not a huge fan of them. I think
Mhm.
it's because I like mine with like skim milk and like not usually like a cream. Like I skim milk, but not a heavy cream. Like if I'm
Mhm.
gonna go ahead and put some, and then I would go ahead and put. I don't normally do lattes. I do iced coffee. So then I'm
Mhm.
already paying for a cup of ice with some coffee in it. Like they fill it up
Right.
with ice. That's why I usually ask for a light ice. They fill it up with ice and then I have no coffee.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I'm just spoiled at the way that I order my coffee. I mean, I grew up on Dunkin' Donuts. That's the coffee I grew up on. So,
Yeah. I
hmm.
used to get that a lot too. It's really good and it's cheap too.
Yep, it's cheap.
Yeah.
So real quick, if you were to have coffee, what dessert would you have with it? What is your like dessert of breakfast? Like a muffin or a banana bread or something along those lines.
Oh, well, when you said dessert, the first thing I thought of was tiramisu,
Oh, yummy.
which I love. That's one of my favorite desserts ever. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh. And whenever I see vegan tiramisu, I'm like, I need it right now. Give it to me. Yeah, but I don't know. Breakfast, I like a good banana bread,
Yeah, banana bread.
banana walnut bread. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the walnut really makes it when you have it.
Mhm.
I had a donut the other day. Well, we went to a new coffee shop. I had a donut the other day, and I was so excited about it because it had um, Krispies, not Rice Krispies, the Fruity Pebbles. It had
Ooh,
Fruity Pebbles on the outside, and it was glazed. And my husband and I were
that
like,
sounds yum.
"Yeah, that's gonna be the donut." And then, of course, I get a glazed blueberry because that's my favorite.
Ooh.
Um,
Yep.
and we ate it and it was stale.
Oh no.
Like all of the donut wasn't stale, but the cereal was not crispy. And
Uh,
so I was like, this is your donut. I'm gonna
yeah, that's
stick with the
sad.
blueberry one.
Yeah. Stale cereal is not good.
No, no, it's not. It's a like
Yeah.
wet and ugh, it was gross.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, okay, so I'm trying not to barrel through these. Um, let's see. Let's talk
I
about
love donuts, but it's really hard to find good vegan donuts.
yeah.
Usually when people make vegan donuts, they're like cake donuts,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not a big fan of cake donuts. I like the fried ones.
Oh.
Where I used to live before Columbia,
Mm-hmm.
I was in Fargo, North Dakota. There was a local donut shop called Sandy's Donuts, and they made vegan donuts, and they were amazing. Like you couldn't even like tell that they were vegan. Like they just tasted like Krispy
Hmm.
Kremes.
I wonder if
Yeah.
Duck Donuts, because you probably might have a Duck Donuts by you, because they're
Hmm.
here, so they might be there too. But Duck Donuts is like, oh my god, these donuts, I can't even. Yeah, so
Ooh.
they have peanut
Ooh.
butter and jelly. This one's a peanut butter and jelly. This one's a blueberry. This one's
Oh my goodness.
maple bacon. Oh, well, you pretend they're fake bacon. Maple bacon and sugar. This one's
Mm.
you get it. And so
Yeah, it looks amazing.
I would wonder if they have a vegan donut there.
Yeah. That reminds me of Voodoo Donuts.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to one of those?
No.
They have like all like that kind of like crazy flavors and stuff, and they also make vegan ones. But I've
Clauses, that
only
sounds
had
nuts.
Voodoo.
see.
Yeah,
Voodoo
duck donuts.
donut.
I've only had voodoo in Colorado and I think maybe Chicago.
Okay.
So I don't think they're in Missouri.
The shop was featured on an episode of Anthony Bourdain No Reservations.
Ah.
Wow.
It's so good. Like, fantastic.
Yeah, show me pictures. There we go.
mm-hmm.
A
I got a
bubblegum
bubble
donut.
gum.
See, this
Yes.
this is this is pretty much what it was like, but every piece of it, no, like this, like the cereals, but it just
Uh-huh.
wasn't crunchy.
Aw, that's sad.
But this blueberry, I'd be all about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is.
Yum.
You can't fail at a blueberry donut. You just can't.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah, I think I
voodoo.
had like a s'mores donut there.
Mm,
So good.
yeah, I like when they get
Mm.
creative with desserts and breakfasts and stuff like that because you can get the bland like blueberry muffin or you can go ahead and get like the donut. A grape
Yeah.
soda one that's weirdly good.
Ooh,
Interesting.
sounds good. I will say though, my top favorite donut is just a good plain glazed donut.
Krispy Kreme style is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, I go for cake style over, and that's because I'm
Mm.
a Dunkin' Donuts. I grew up with Dunkin' Donuts, so
Oh
you
yeah.
know I didn't have cream of the crop as far as donut places were concerned. We had bagels. Now I'm a bagel snob.
I love
I
bagels.
will, I will fight some people on bagels. But when it comes to donuts, I can't claim I know what a great donut is. I know what
Mm.
good like my favorite donuts are, but
Mhm.
I grew up with Dunkin' Donuts, so that's the bar. Like
Yeah.
that's where the bar is. Um, sweet voodoo
Yeah.
donuts. Okay,
Mhm.
Kenneth Cat Daddy Pogson. They have names:
Wait,
Cat
what?
Daddy and Richard Trey Shannon. They have
Oh.
interesting names. Cat Daddy.
Oh. I s- I never looked into their history. That's interesting.
Yeah, but that's interesting.
Oh, yes, Claw. I used to get Quick Trip donuts after school when I was a kid.
Oh,
That was my
yummy.
after school snack.
Yeah, we have Wawa. That was by us. It was called
Mm.
Wawa, and Wawa had a whole bunch of different type of donuts as well. But again, the bar is it's gas station donuts. It's
Yeah.
um. All right, so tell me about some yoga.
Yoga. Well, I do yoga at least like a few times a week. My aunt is a yoga teacher. I'm really close to her, and um, she does a lot of like somatic yoga, so like trauma informed and um, like working on your nervous system, and like it's not like typical like I don't know like exercise yoga, you know.
Right.
Um, like it's really a lot about like the mind, and yeah, I really enjoy it. It really helps me. It's very healing. Um, and I do just like YouTube videos when I'm not doing my aunt's classes. My favorite YouTuber is Bharti Yoga.
Okay.
She's awesome. I have one video that I do like almost every day. It's just like a 15-minute daily yoga. And yeah, it just my body always feels better when I'm doing yoga regularly.
Yeah.
So, mhm.
I think I've tried yoga and I did it for like a good week.
Mhm.
And then I was like, I did yoga. And then and I think it's great. It's just not
Mhm.
something that I can put 100% into.
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe it's a mind block. Maybe I just need better coaches or like more in person work.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I very much have ADHD. I'm very medicated for it, but I very much have it, and it's very hard for me to when it's like, okay, now focus on 10, and by the time we're at 10, I've already gone through like my grocery list and like 10 other things I need to do, and I'm like, and
Yeah.
that defeats the purpose, like. So I
Um,
would like to get back into yoga very much so, but I think I'd have to do a class, like an in-person
mhm.
class, and not just like a uh,
Yeah.
although I'm interested if in your aunt's one. I mean, is that an
Mhm.
online one or is that?
Yes.
Oh, tell
She
me.
does it online. The somatic ones are Wednesdays at 10 a.m.
Okay.
Um, I didn't do it today because I had to take Jack to the vet,
Oh,
but
okay.
just a little checkup. Um, but yeah, she does it every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Danny does it as well. Danielle is my real an IRL friend.
Okay.
um, yeah, and
And
yeah, I mean,
Saturday
there's
at
just
10
like
a.m.
so many different types of yoga. So, and I totally know what you're saying. Like, I often find myself thinking about other things when
Mm,
I'm supposed to be focusing on, um, what the teacher's saying. But my aunt she talks about that too. Like, if you have thoughts come up, like, don't like shame yourself for getting distracted or anything. Just let those thoughts come up, acknowledge them. And she says like thoughts are like clouds. Like they come and they go. And that's how I think about it.
hmm.
Yeah, and she also does Saturday at 10 a.m., Monday at 6 p.m.
Does the yoga you do involve any meditation or just body work? The yoga,
Yeah, lots of meditation.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, that's basically what it was doing for me. It was like crossing your legs in a very specific position, putting your hands up and like trying to bow down, which I can't do, and
Mm.
then going through like breathing exercises. Yeah,
Hmm.
I think
Yeah.
it's very helpful for those that it works for. And, like I said, I'm not
Yeah.
against it. I'd like to try it again someday.
Hmm.
We'll talk off stream about your aunt's classes and pricing and all
Yeah,
that
for
other
sure.
stuff because that's something interesting to me.
Definitely. Yeah, and I think having a good teacher really makes a difference because like there's some teachers that only teach one way, and then there's others who they teach one way but then they give options. Like if you can't bend down, touch your toes or whatever, like there's other options
Right,
that would feel good. So,
right.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great. So I'm seeing a lot of positive body, positive mind things on here, which is just so inspiring. Tell me about hiking.
Oh, I love hiking. I yeah, I just like going on like different nature trails. There's so many here in Colombia. I haven't even
Have you been
got
to the
through
Devil's
half of
Ice
them.
Box yet?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
I live like 5 minutes away from that, so
Okay.
that's really nice. It's so
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. It's awesome. There's like a whole cave system there,
Mm-hmm.
that I haven't even gotten into yet, but I think you have to have like an actual like tour guide to get into to really go into them, but um yeah, it's really cool. I used to when I was in high school, I lived by nature trails in Topeka, Kansas,
Mm-hmm.
and I would go there almost every day, like after school, and just walk and look at the trees and yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
so what's probably your most triumph, like most the longest trail or the highest mountain or the what's the greatest feat that you think that you've done?
I went to the Rocky Mountains a couple of years ago, I think 2021, with my boyfriend, and we hiked. I think we did like a total of like 15 or 16 miles.
Wow.
It was a lot, and oh my gosh, so before we went to the Rockies, we went to a different, mountain. I think it was, like, Horseshoe Park or something, um, and for that one, I did not have the right shoes. I was wearing, like, Doc Martens.
Oh,
Those are not hiking boots,
no.
and I was in pain. I had to take them off. I could not walk in them. But we went to a thrift store, the next day, and I picked up some hiking boots, and we went to the Rockies, and it was much better. But it was just so cool. Like it was during winter, I think January, and there was lots of snow. We didn't make it all the way to the point that we wanted to go to because the snow was way too deep. Like it was like up to our waist. We could
Oh,
not.
wow.
Yeah, but we walked over a frozen lake, and that was incredible. Like I have videos and pictures of it, and yeah, it was just magical. Like
Wow.
yeah,
That sounds magical.
It was pretty awesome. It was kinda scary, like, it was pretty intense, but also beautiful.
Hi, Davy.
Hi, Davy.
Um, yeah, as far as hiking, like I can only hike during a very specific season. I can't hike. I can't sweat. So
Mm,
the Missouri is killing me right now very slowly with
mhm,
its temperatures. But
mhm.
um, when I am able to go outside, we usually do these events, and they're usually like 200 people, and I will camp out and hike and do all that. And we do that for about Thursday to Sunday. And it's a
Wow,
really great situation, and a lot of fun.
that sounds
Um,
really fun.
yeah, so that's my little outdoorsy thing. But man, sometimes if it's too hot or too cold, I once camped in like 30-degree weather. That was
Wow.
that was rough. I
I
had
bet.
a portable battery with a USB heated blanket, and we put the
Mm.
heated blanket between two of our blankets and just huddled
Yeah.
for dear life.
Yeah.
Um, but now we have
That
a queen size cot, um,
oh,
and it has a little air mattress so that way you don't feel like the tip between the two
mhm.
spots. And so, because of that, you can just lay together and you don't have to worry about sleeping on the ground.
That's nice.
Hmm.
Very nice. I really like camping too. I haven't gone in many years, but the last time I went, I slept on a hammock,
Oh,
and that was actually, like, some of the best sleep I've ever got. It was so comfortable,
huh,
but it got really cold. It was during the summer, but during the night, like, the hammocks are so thin, so
right.
I don't know, I was just really cold, but
Yeah, your butt gets
yeah.
cold from hanging on through the
Mhm.
ground or whatever. You need to like stuff underneath it in order so that
Yeah,
you're not directly hitting the hammock.
exactly. But, yeah,
Um,
I feel you. I would definitely rather hike in cold weather than hot weather. I do not like sweating either.
yeah, yeah. It's it's a curse for me.
Mhm.
um, because I want to go outside. Like I want to experience exercise and all the world limits, but I'm so confined to seasons. It sucks.
Yeah, I get
Um,
that.
okay, so when you're hiking or when you're doing that, is that when you're doing some journaling? Do you do journaling every day? Like, what is the extent of your journaling?
Yeah, I journal pretty much every day. I try to every day. Sometimes I forget, but, um, yeah, I don't know. I do many different things with my journal. Sometimes I'll just write about my day, whatever I did. Um, I just finished reading a book called The Sugar Jar by Yasmin Cheyenne. And it's kinda just like a self-healing book, and it has lots of exercises that you can do, and, I journaled about those. I'm also, well, this leading to another like of mine, I am learning Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
and I've recently started journaling in Spanish to help me
Oh, very
learn
cool.
more that way. Yeah, um, it's a challenge, but yeah. Yeah, I just like writing, and it helps kinda clear my mind a bit. Sometimes it gets jumbled up there, so
Yeah. No,
yeah.
that's a very healthy thing to do. And do you find that journaling sometimes leads you to writing music?
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. I've definitely taken some some of my journaling and made them into songs. So,
I usually think
yeah.
and rhyme, and when I don't mean to. I just usually will think and rhyme where all of a sudden I'll be like, "Oh, I'm really upset about this topic," and I'll go ahead and write it down, and then next thing you know, it starts to rhyme, and I'm like, "Shit, I'm writing a song right now, aren't
That's
I?"
cool.
Like, this is happening, I guess. So
That's
we're
so
gonna
cool.
continue, I suppose.
That's amazing. Really.
But as you know, not every song rhymes, and so to actually break that habit is harder
Mhm.
than I think developing the habit.
Mm.
Because I just want to be more authentic and tell a story or tell feelings without it sounding so on the beat or
Mhm.
that sort of thing.
Yeah, I get
Um,
that.
so, okay, journaling. Do you do fancy journaling where you draw on the sides and mark your journal for the month and all of that stuff?
No. I tried to do, like, bullet journaling, and I could not, like, it's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have a journal that I got from Dollar Tree,
Okay.
just regular lines, and I recently started writing in cursive because I hadn't done that in a while, and I don't know, I just one day I was like, "I wanna write in cursive,"
Yeah.
and I've been liking that.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah,
dying breed, so it's good for you
yeah,
to keep it alive.
mhm, yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah. All right. So, like, what, if, so as I go back to one of my previous questions, like, have you done displaced journaling, like outside and look for inspiration to talk about? Do you bring your journal with you places?
Yeah, well, I definitely bring it, like, when I travel. Sometimes I'll go hammocking, like, I'll go to a park and just set up my hammock and write and read, and yeah,
Wow.
yeah, sometimes, but mostly I'm just writing here on my desk.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are so you like reading? Give me, is it's a self-help book like you were saying, or is it more, is it, what's your genre?
Yeah, I've read a few self-help books, and then, um, I like, fantasy kinda I don't read a lot, but when I do, it kinda just varies. Like, I was reading, this trilogy called Atlas.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, it's really cool, but I was doing, like, a book club thing with my boyfriend, and then he stopped reading it, so I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna stop too." But I do wanna finish that eventually. Um, I don't know. I also recently read The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Oh, okay.
That one was intense, but very good. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big reader at all, so you don't have to try to think of any more.
Yeah, that's the only things I can remember that
Yeah.
I've recently read.
I was like, yeah, I mean, I've done a few self-help books before. I've done uh where are you? Why are you not doing the thing? You're not even saying you're on right now. Oh my god. This
Oh,
ring light is just has a mind of its own. I turn on my
um,
computer and it just turns on. I'm like, I didn't even press power. I don't know where you're coming from, but that's fine.
interesting.
Um, but yeah, so as far as like reading, like for me, I've read something called The Way of the Peaceful Warrior, which is very like and very inspiring kind of type of books, and Celestine Prophecy. That's another really good, inspiring type of book, which is kind of like the whole like look within, you're stronger than you think
Mhm.
type within. But the stories are just really, really good.
That sounds cool.
But
I'll have
I
to
mean,
look into that.
I read those when I was like 15, and I promote them ever since.
Nice.
Those were like the only times that I was like, hey, I read a book that wasn't a homework assignment that I actually
Yeah.
didn't read, but we're going to say I did.
Heck yeah. Yeah, the one that, I was talking about earlier, the sugar jar, self-help book, it the way it's formatted, it's mostly just, like, small sections, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just, like, read a small section each day.
Oh,
I slowly worked through it. Uh, yeah.
okay. Is it a bigger book or is it a.
Um, I have it right here. It's, like, 300 pages maybe? I don't know.
Okay.
No, probably not. It's probably, like, 200 something.
Oh,
That
okay. Not bad.
yeah.
And you work inside of it like a journal?
I did not. I have a thing about that. I don't know why, but it hurts me to write into books.
Books?
Like, yes, I did, like, the activities, like, in my journal, but, like, the author at the beginning, she's like, "I encourage you to write notes and take and highlight and underline things that stick out to you," and I'm like, "I
I
can't.
can't do
I can't. It has to be perfect." I don't know.
it.
Like, I feel like I'm scared that I'm gonna mess it up or something. I don't know.
No, I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
You're talking to someone who can't put two of the same colors on the same coloring sheet.
Yes, like, next to each other?
Not even next to each
Uh,
other. If you have a leaf that's a certain color green and then you have
Mhm.
a different looking leaf, it can't be the same green because they're not the
Mm,
same leaf.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I understand.
Have you ever seen Destroy This Book or Destroy This Journal? No.
I have seen it, but I have not owned it.
Let's do a
See,
quick.
that one would probably be hard for me because you have to write in that, right?
Oh my god, the best puck to destroy ever. Wreck this journal. Oh, I don't want to dox myself.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Get out of here. It's like, here's my address.
Oh no, no.
But yeah, images. Destroy this journal. Paint, smash, color, and
Yeah.
trash this book.
Yeah, that black one with the like tape outline, that's the one that I've seen.
Okay.
Like this journal.
Okay, this is from
Mm-hmm.
Walmart, so this is $8. The best-selling
Mm-hmm.
phenomenon with 10 million copies sold, an excellent holiday gift. Paint, poke, create, destroy, and wreck. To create a journal as unique as you are. For anyone who's ever had trouble starting, keeping, or finishing a journal or sketchbook, comes this expanded edition of Wreck This Journal, a subverse illustrated book that challenges readers to muster up their best mistake and mess making abilities to fill the pages of the book or destroy them. Absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
Not even
Yep.
close.
I couldn't. I couldn't.
Nope. There's literally a print in there that says glue these pages together.
Oh no.
No.
No. Glue? Are you kidding me? No.
No. Oh my gosh, it's funny.
No thanks.
And then did you ever do the Klutz books when you were younger? Do you know the Klutz books?
I
The
don't
Klutz
think so.
series that
Doesn't sound familiar.
basically have like yeah, so there's different like crafts that you can do. So it'll be like how to do window art, stick on and sew off, how to do pom poms, right? And then there's little
Hmm.
fashions like how to make beaded bands. And then there's the scientific ones, which I really loved, which was
Mm-hmm.
like rocket science made simple. And then a doodle journal. This is the point that I'm getting to, I promise. This is
Okay.
so doodle journal. And it basically had you writing in certain. I remember the Klutz books; those were fun. They were very, very fun.
That sounds fun.
But the doodle journal really helped me expand my doodling, like, because I love to doodle. That was just like what I like to do. And
Yeah.
it helped me expand, like, doodling is okay and writing is a process and all of that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And so that's why I thought about the Klutz Press ones.
That's really cool. I like that.
Yeah. Do you doodle daisies? That was another one. You doodle
Doodle.
daisies. Let me see if that's anywhere on Wikipedia.
Hmm.
No,
Never heard of that one.
no, not Yaki Doodle. I don't know even what you're talking about. But it was another book. Do you doodle
Claw
daisies?
said there's another to smear some mud or dirt on the page. No thanks.
Nope.
No thanks.
AI thinks that it's possible to do daisies, and that's not what I'm
Huh.
getting at.
Yeah, no.
It's like,
But
yes,
here's
you
how to
can
draw
do
daisies.
daisies. Yes, I believe in you. Thank you, AI. That's helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Very helpful.
okay, so tell me about ET. Well, this is a very interesting one that you had on your list.
Oh my gosh. I love ET so much. I don't know. Okay, so when I was a kid, I watched it for the first time when I was like, I don't know, 8 or 9. And I was scared of him. I was terrified of that movie. But then I rewatched it when I was like 18. I think I was in college in my dorm my freshman year. And I just watched it randomly. And I loved it so much. Um, E.T. is just so freaking cute. Like, I love him. I have a whole ET collection. Like ET, I have a plushie, I have the ET book, I have a necklace, I have a pin, I have a poster, I have a Funko Pop. Um, What else? I have a little figurine that lights up and talks and says his little catchphrases.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've shown it on my stream before, like, people are like, "What? Who likes ET this much?" And the ET music, yes, the music is so
Oh
good.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
John. Is that John Williams? Who did the music?
Maybe. I don't actually know. Does it say on Wiki? Uh,
Um,
I wouldn't be surprised if it's John Williams.
cinematography or distributed
Yep,
release.
John Williams.
Yep.
You're correct.
Yep. Yep.
And I have a little ET emote. I
Yep.
did not make that. I stole it from the internet,
Oh,
but
that's so cute.
yeah. Yeah. I just love ET. Like every time I've watched it so many times now. Um
Is it by far your
and
favorite movie?
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I cry every time. I laugh so hard every time. Like I just love it.
The little
And I
Reese's
went
Pieces.
to yes, the Reese's Pieces. And did you know that in the book version they're actually M&Ms? Um but the M&M's company, like I don't know, like the CEO or whatever did not want M&M's in the movie because they thought ET was too ugly and like people weren't going to buy M&Ms anymore if
Oh,
they
of
were in the
course.
movie.
Naturally.
But then, like, after it came out, like, Reese's Pieces sales went
Through the
skyrocket,
roof.
like
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
funny.
so, yeah. And I also went on the ET ride in Universal in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
a
Was that
couple
life
years ago.
changing?
It was fantastic. I was emotional, it's like it's like a more like a kiddie ride, but it's just so cool, and, like, my boyfriend, um he lived in Florida for a while and like he had been on it before and I went with him and his brother and I was like, we have to go on this. And like they would have been okay without going on it, but I was like, we have to go on this. And they did for me. Yeah. It was amazing. And like at the end, like they give you like a little card with your name and at the end ET like says your name because
Aw,
you like help him on his mission to save his planet and it's really cute. It's yeah.
that sounds cute.
Mhm.
Huh.
Yeah, I
E.T.,
love
huh?
ET. Yes, so good. Yeah,
Man,
I could go on and on. I could literally watch that movie every day.
really?
Yeah, it's like a comfort movie for me now. I
That's fair.
don't know.
And I'm not saying really as in like really I can't believe it. I meant
Mhm.
really like I can't
Yeah.
watch anything every day. Like
Yeah.
that's commitment is what that is. So,
Yeah.
um awesome. Okay, so tell me who Callie you you
Kelly Uchis.
thank you.
Yes. That's
Okay.
my favorite music artist.
Okay.
She's been my favorite for a few years now. Um yeah, you can read her thing, but like I found out about her I think it was 2014. She did a YouTube video. There's this channel called Kinda Neat that does like one video with like indie artists or up and coming artists, and I don't actually know if they make videos anymore. I haven't watched it recently, but um, she did her song called "Never Be Yours," which she actually officially finally released on like streaming platforms just a couple weeks ago. Um, yeah, I found her on that YouTube channel and I was just like obsessed with like everything about that video. Like it's so good. And yeah, and then I started listening to her and yeah, she's just amazing. I saw her in concert too a couple years ago and it was
Oh.
fantastic. I lost my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Red Moon
um
Crimson Venus peaked at number 4 on the Billboard 200, while her fourth album and second Spanish language album peaked at number 2. So she does both. She's bilingual.
Yes, I believe she's originally from Colombia.
Well, it says that she was born in
Cali?
Virginia.
Oh, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe I think her family is from Colombia,
Let's
I
find
think. Let's find
out.
out. Yeah.
The daughter of a Colombian
Yeah.
father and American mother.
Mhm. Mm. Oh. So her father moved back to Colombia when she
Yeah.
was in high school, so she has Colombian citizenship. Okay.
Okay. And
Yeah.
also resides in Perry area, the city origin of her father. Okay,
Mm.
that's cool.
Mhm.
I would love to have dual citizenship anywhere. That's
Mm.
just so cool. Oh,
Yeah.
wow, she did performance at Madison Square Garden. Oh, opening
Mhm.
for Tyler the Creator.
Yes, that's where, I saw her on that tour with Tyler.
Okay.
It was so good. So, so good. They have a couple songs together too.
Okay. I'm not familiar with either of the artists, so
Oh,
I'll have to check them out.
yeah, definitely. So good.
And so what do you like so much about her?
Well, I especially love her Spanish music. Um, her newest album, um, I'm totally forgetting the name of it.
Let's see.
It's
Red Moon
something, oh,
or
Orquídeas. Yeah.
mhm.
That means orchids.
Mhm.
And that one, and then she also has one called Sin Miedo, Without Fear. It has a longer title, but um, those two albums are so good. And then she also has English music. Forgetting the name of the project. Por Vida. That one. I mean, the title of the album is in Spanish, but it's all English songs.
Okay.
And I just love like the vibes of her music. Like it's so like I don't know, like it's almost like nostalgic and like old school and like
Yeah, I'll
just
definitely have to check
really
her
cool.
out.
Yeah, definitely.
Influenced by the music of the 1960s, early soul, R&B, and doo-wop.
Mhm.
Mentioned that she enjoys jazz, Ella Fitzgerald and
Yep.
Billie Holiday. Influences like I don't know any of these people. Celia Cruz, Selma
Mhm.
Hayek, I know these people. Shakira, Ivy Queen, and admire singer Mariah Carey.
Mhm. Ella Fitzgerald.
That's
Yep, yep.
awesome.
Yes,
And
she's so good.
January 2024, she announced that she was expecting her first child with Tolliver
Mhm.
via music videos for her song. She gave
Yep.
birth to her son in March.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep, she's a mama now.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah. Yes.
So
She's amazing.
she came out. It keeps
And I'm
saying.
pretty sure sorry.
No, I was just saying. It keeps saying that like 2018 is her earliest career. 2017 is her earliest career.
Mhm. Yeah, she was definitely, like, kind of, like, underground for a while. Like,
Mm-hmm.
when I saw her on Kinda Neat, like, nobody really knew about her, but
Right.
yeah. So, um,
I'm
yeah, and
sorry,
I
cut
think she
you
writes
off.
all of oh, no, you're good. I think she writes all of her music too, I
Nice.
think.
This is her
She's
song.
kind of a genius. She has a project, I think it's on there, it's Drunken Babble.
Okay.
Um, I actually did not know about it until recently. It's a whole, like, mixtape.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I listened to a tiny bit of it, and it's pretty cool. I need to listen to the rest of it. But people, like, the OG fans from, like, when she was underground, like, are like, "Release this too." When she
Aw.
released Never Be Yours, they're like, "Give us more."
Genre defying, noting her influences from doo-wop, reggae, and 2000s R&B. She
Mhm.
collaborated with rapper Snoop Dogg on the song On the Edge for his mixtape, That's My Work 3.
Oh, I did not know that.
Hmm.
I'll have to check that out. That's cool.
For free
I
download
love
on her
Snoop Dogg.
website and later on YouTube. That's cute.
Mhm. Yes, she's so good, and she's just so cute. Like, I love her aesthetic. She's awesome.
Tyler the Creator. Hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
He's
now I know. I'm wondering, why she chose her last name as it is.
I watched a video recently about that. I don't think she really has, like, a big reason why. I think she just wanted something that sounded cool and shorter than her actual
Mariana
name.
Loaiza.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I think she just kinda came up with it. That's what I got from the video that I saw.
Okay. Jazz from she participated in a jazz band. Often skipped classes, spent time in the photo lab, short films, keyboard, which would be a mixtape. Okay. She also wrote poetry and did not initially intend to sing, being more interested in directing films than being in the spotlight. She was given the nickname Carlu- Carlucci's and would
Oh,
later modify to use it Caliucci's. Oh,
interesting. I did not know that.
well,
I'm
now we
learning.
know. Wikipedia.
I love it. That's
Uh,
awesome.
what other? Okay, so now you said you're learning Spanish. Is that
Mhm.
because of her, or is it
Well, my boyfriend is originally from Venezuela,
okay?
so that's his first language. He teaches me a little bit here and there. Um, I took 2 years of Spanish in high school, but my teacher was not good. She would just give us a textbook and worksheets and let us figure it out pretty much and show us movies in Spanish. That's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then college, I took Italian, German. Yeah, just Italian and German. Um, I don't remember much of that either. Um, yeah, but then I got back into Spanish just on Duolingo, just doing that myself. And then, um, yeah, and since I've been with my boyfriend, I've been practicing it a lot more. And I recently got a book. It's called Madrigal's Magic Key to Spanish.
Oh,
This is it. It's a big yellow book.
wow! It is a big yellow book.
Yes. But it's been very helpful. It like teaches you like the similarities between English and Spanish. Like there's a lot of English words that you just like change one or two letters or add one letter and it becomes Spanish.
Right.
So yeah, that's been
Yeah.
really helpful.
When I did Spanish, one of the things that was easiest for me, which is weird, is actually the like conjugations and all of the like IERs, ERs, ARs, like all the verbs. That was actually the easier part to me than actually memorizing the words.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's hard. That's the hardest part for me, like
Like
the conjugation.
like understanding that pattern of
Mhm.
like what me, you, us, them, all of us, nosotros, and then
Yes.
estes. But
Mhm.
then like I can remember that, and then just the conjugations just come with it, and it's a pattern that I can recognize. I've never been good at memorizing anything except for music. That is literally the only thing that I can memorize is music. Otherwise, boop, gone.
Yeah,
Um,
I get that.
so
I I like music has actually helped me, like learning Spanish songs is really helpful and
yeah,
translating the lyrics. I did in college I did like classical and opera voice and for my senior recital I did a whole set of Spanish songs.
nice.
Um yeah, and I learned a lot from that. Um and Caliuchis, her music has taught me a lot too.
Yeah. Now the songs, were
Yeah.
they arias or are they just Spanish songs?
Uh I think it was called uh yeah, just Spanish, not arias, not like from operas, but
Okay.
the one of the composers that I really like is Manuel de Falla.
Okay.
Um, he has siete canciones de something. What is it called?
This guy?
Yes, siete canciones populares españolas. Just 7 popular Spanish songs.
Okay.
Um, I learned those in college, and that was really fun. I learned a lot from that.
Captain
Um,
Erock rating with a party of 34. Hello,
Ooh.
Erock. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the zoo. Sit back, relax, enjoy the bamboo. Welcome on in. We are
Hello.
doing Wiki Wednesday here with ToriJoyMusic up in his house. So good to see everyone. If you're sitting through those ads and you have no idea what I'm saying, that's cool too. We'll wait for you.
Yeah.
Um, but yay! Oh, thank you for sending everybody over, Iraq. Sending your fam over. Um, Iraq is a amazing variety streamer. Plays a whole bunch of games. Yeah, I know Guy Luke. I was just getting to streamer, variety streamer specifically, but also an amazing guy. And does a bunch of video games and ear acapella and makes his own music, and he's a pretty cool guy. Pretty cool guy. So we're talking about
Yeah.
Spanish music right now and speaking Spanish. So let's go back to that. So you were talking about 7 Spanish songs.
Yeah. So I think it says there, Madrid. Yeah, he's from Madrid. And so like I honestly can't even. I probably shouldn't even talk about it because I can't remember because it's been so long. But yeah, like each song just like tells a story and has a lot of like um, references to just typical traditional things from Madrid and uh, yeah, Catalonia. I'm trying to think. Oh, Maha. Oh, hold on. There's another composer that I'm thinking of. Enrique Granados.
Okay.
I did. That's the composer that I sang
Ooh.
for my senior
Wow,
recital.
what a mustache on that guy.
Oh yes.
He's got like a Lorax mustache.
Oh my goodness, he sure does. I don't think I've actually seen a picture of him. It's beautiful. Um, La Maja de la Rosa. That's one of the songs.
Okay.
Yeah, Dolorosa.
Dolorosa.
Yeah, yeah. Just really cool music. That song specifically has really low notes.
This is a real picture. This is a real picture
Yeah.
that was really taken with real people looking real fabulous.
Mm-hmm. They do. They look like they know what they're doing.
This could be easily recreated. This is actually a really clear photograph for
It
like
is.
1916 or wherever. What is it?
Yeah.
He died in 1916, so this is like pre-Titanic days.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. And Iraq,
Yeah.
you uninstalled 7 Days to Die. Gee, I wonder why. I thought you absolutely loved that game in all of its glory. So I'm surprised you uninstalled it. Oh, yes. Thank you, SiriBot, for doing your job.
Heck yeah.
Um, so, okay. So you've learned all the Spanish music. Was this before or after you met your boyfriend?
That was before. My voice teacher in college, he's Mexican and spoke Spanish, and I, so I am half adopted. My dad adopted me, and his mom uh, is Mexican. Well, she passed away, but yeah. So I grew up around her speaking Spanish a lot. She never really she didn't really teach my dad or um, any of us Spanish much. I think I don't really know why, but she taught us like a few words here and there. Um, but like I was really familiar with like the pronunciations, and that came really easily for me. And I told my voice teacher about that, and yeah, he helped me learn some Spanish songs, so that was
Nice.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing, a good repertoire to have,
Yeah.
for sure.
Definitely.
Um, and Iraq, I know you tried the absolute hardest you possibly could for that game. Iraq loves 7 Days to Die. He's just it's just his favorite game in the whole wide world.
I've
On
never seen it.
on that note, let's talk about RuneScape
Oh gosh.
since we're talking video games.
Yes, specifically old school RuneScape. I
Mm-hmm.
do not play the new one. Yeah, I would click that if you
Oh,
want.
yeah. There you go.
It's different. Um, so I played old school RuneScape. Well, when I started playing it, I don't think it was called old school. I think it was just RuneScape. Um, Dice corazones. Yes. Um, yeah, I played it when I was like, I think I was like 7 when I started playing it,
Okay.
and I don't know. I don't really know what I did when I was a kid. I just played. I did like the little quests, um and I recently got back into it. Um I don't know. I'm still I don't have the paid version. I play the free version, so
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot less that you can do. But um it's just very nostalgic for me and really relaxing and cute too. Like I like the little quests that they have, and like they also do like uh seasonal quests like for holidays, and they had like a pride quest for June,
Oh.
and yeah, it's just really fun.
Are you playing the mobile game or are you playing the desktop version?
I play on desktop,
Okay.
but it's pretty much the same on mobile.
Oh my god, this brings back memories.
It's like the graphics are so pixelated, but I love it. It's cute.
I played RuneScape for just a little while before I moved on to
Mhm.
Diablo.
Oh.
But yeah, RuneScape is like Diablo Light in my opinion.
Mhm.
But this is just so fascinating to me.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's you can see the difference between old school and the new one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've heard it's kind of similar to World of Warcraft.
Mm-hmm. Also
I've
the
never played
same.
that though, so.
Yep, same mechanics.
Mhm.
Questing and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
So, do you know how you found old school RuneScape? You said you were like 7 or whatever? Was it like your friends playing it or?
I don't even remember. I think my brother started playing it first, and then he showed it to me. And at the time, we only had one computer in our house, and we would fight over
Yep.
who gets to play. And like, my parents would be like 1 hour each, and as soon as that hour is over, the other one would be like, "My turn."
Is your
Yeah,
brother your age?
he's a year and a half younger than me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so maybe I don't know if he started playing it first. He probably didn't. I don't know. I don't even remember how we got into it.
Did you ever
But yeah.
play a game called Neopets?
Yes. I loved Neopets, and I had a subscription to their magazine
Oh,
when I
did
was a kid.
you?
Yes. Yeah, I had a whole collection of them.
Yeah, 1999. Oh, I remember when it first came out, and I
Mhm.
played the game Cheat, which was one of my favorite games. And Oh my god, yeah, that's right. I started getting emails from Neopets
Oh, really?
out of nowhere, and so did my friend. And that's because it announced that Neopets had been purchased from NetDragon to buyout deal led by Neopets. Blah 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 blah. The resulting world of Neutopia is composed of team members from both Neopets and Neopets Metaverse. So
Wow.
it had received $4 million in investment funding in early 2023. The additional funding from the management buyout is head to a World of Neopets Inc. So yeah, it's basically back.
Wow. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. And they're like
I need to
sending
get
out
back into it.
emails, right? They're sending out emails like, "Hey, maybe you want to come back," and we're like,
Mhm.
"I don't know, maybe I
Maybe.
do." I
Maybe.
do need a fake pet to take me away from what's going on in the universe. So,
Yes, yes, exactly.
um,
Yes. I also played Webkins.
I don't think I got into webcams. Let me
Um,
see.
that's like you had to like buy a little plushie and it would come with a code and you would like type that in and
Oh
then your
yeah,
plushie is a virtual pet.
that's
I
right.
love that. I had a
Mhm.
whole collection of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
was 14 when that came out, so it was
Mhm.
a little past. Oh my God, it's
Yeah.
2005 is 19 years ago. What? Okay, moving along. Other ways to find me old.
Mhm.
But
I think
yeah,
they, like, shut down for a bit, like, it just, like, disappeared.
it just
I don't know if
died.
it's back.
I don't.
Oops, sorry.
It's okay. That scared me, but that's fine. There was a hacker gained access to the login information of almost 23 million players, which was later leaked. As a response to this, he later strengthened their encryptment and required all Webkins users to reset their passwords.
Oh, wow.
So you don't have the same password anymore. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have no idea what it would be. I couldn't even guess.
um, but that's in 2020, so I guess it's still active.
Wow. Hmm.
It has an unveiled Webkins Next, a 3D spin off with a different social features.
Oh,
Okay,
Webkins Next. Hmm.
interesting.
In very interesting.
Um, so tell me about different word games that you like. We'll go through a few of them because
Oh,
I love a good word game.
heck yeah. Well, Scrabble is, like, my favorite board game ever. It
Mhm.
has been since I was a kid.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, like, I would play it, at my grandparents' house because they had Scrabble,
Mhm.
and, like, I would win so much, like, as a kid. I don't know if they would let me win or what, but yeah, I was a beast as a kid. And, yeah, I just love it so much, and so, like, Scrabble, crossword puzzles. I also would do a lot of, like, word search, like, books that had
Yeah.
a bunch of them.
The
Um
Pennydale puzzles, the booklets that you would get that would have
Mhm.
crosswords and like I got the variety books. I still have variety books. I still have the mega variety books that are about this fat.
Nice.
And that way I can do word games. That way I can do something called an anagram magic square, which is the best word possible word game you could ever play if you like
That sounds fun.
anagrams.
I'll have to try that.
It really works your mind because let me see if I can pull one up real quick. It's anagram
Yes,
magic
please do.
square images. Yeah, template. Let me open you.
Oh, I think I have seen that before.
It looks like here we go. It looks like this. This is in Spanish. I don't need it to be in
Oh.
Spanish. Give me the pennies.
You were
This
looking up Spanish earlier.
here we are. Here we are. This is exactly what it looks like. God,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
gonna dox me. Okay, this is what it looks like. Open image in new tab. Bingo. So
Ah.
basically, what you do is you have to rearrange the letters to be something else. So the Vesta could be stave or a vest.
Mhm.
Towel could be, I'm not sure.
Uh, hmm.
Rand's nurse. So basically, your goal, like, and it tells you if you can't figure it out up top, right? This is the
Mhm.
best part. This is
Mhm.
olive. Voila is olive.
Mhm.
If you can't figure it out up top, which I try to do the top first, then you
Mhm.
move to the bottom where the clues are. And so the clues will be like what great dogs is one, an offering of a wise bird, so which would be an olive. So I know that
Mhm.
two is olive, so I put a two there.
Oh,
Okay.
I love that.
Then you have to equal 65 on that row 65 on that column.
That is so
So
cool.
so you're number 25. So you can also figure out what the last word is, provided you don't have number 22 yet in, and that would equal 65. So there's three different ways you could figure out what the word is, so that way there doesn't provide as much stress on you. And
Mm-hmm.
then it doesn't show you, but at the very bottom, I can't show you, but at the very bottom it's 1 through 25, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
phrase, or a sentence or whatever, and you fill in the first letter. So olive to O, 1 to the second letter is O.
Oh wow.
It's so involved, but it's
That's
so good.
yeah. It's almost like 3 games in one, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sudoku, crossword,
It's
and
great.
I don't know, something else.
Yeah,
That's so cool. I
anagrams.
need to
Yeah,
try that.
yeah. I would
Adding that.
look it up. Penny Doll
Yeah.
Puzzles does them, and
Heck
they're
yeah.
great. Have you
Nice.
ever played Boggle?
I don't think I have.
Boggle is
No.
another. It's just a board game type game, usually at
Mm.
grandparents' house, because this is an older game.
It looks
um,
familiar.
you take a tray and you shake it a whole bunch, and each die has like 6 different options of letters, and then the
Mm-hmm.
goal is to try to create a word like snog, right,
Mm-hmm.
or get, and you want to just try to get as many of the, they have to connect, try to get as many letters as possible with these letters that it gave you, right?
I see.
But if somebody else on their list has the same words, you got to cross them out. So you only get points for the words that you have.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Boggle.
Oh, that sounds fun. I
Mm-hmm.
like that. I
Yeah.
recently got a game called Qless.
I've heard of
Um,
this.
yeah, my boyfriend found it on TikTok
No, this is
and he
not.
sent me it, and I was like, "Oh, I need that," and I immediately ordered it. It's basically like a solitaire crossword game. I don't know if it'll be on Wikipedia. It's very new. There's like this guy made it. I don't know. He's like an older guy named Todd, I think is his name.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it's very fun. I've been playing it every single day since I got it. Um, yeah, I think there it is. Yep, that's him. And
Aw.
he wrote a jingle for it, and I
Aw.
saw that when I saw that jingle, I was like, "Yep, I'm sold."
Words must have at least 3 letters, no proper nouns or names. There's no limit and no scoring. Most rules are solvable, but not all. If you're not successful, roll again. Persistence is a key. Use all 12 letters to make words that connect. It's
Mhm.
bananagrams,
Yeah, pretty much.
except they're die instead of
Yeah,
single
tiles.
single tiles.
Yeah.
Oh, very
Yeah, it's
cool.
very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been doing it like every morning while I eat my breakfast.
Yeah, that's a really cool way to do it.
Just wake up your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh.
that's fun.
Clueless. I like it.
Mhm. He also made another game. It's like a journal game, uh, where there's like I didn't get that one. But it's like I think 5 different dice with different words on it, and you roll the dice, and you're supposed to like journal using those words.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard stuff like that before, where you
Mhm.
poets will usually do it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Culus like it's yeah. I feel like I could like make a Culus and then try to like write a song out of those words or something. That would be fun.
Fun fact, side note,
Mhm.
in my senior year of acting school,
Mhm.
we had to create our own project and then be graded on it. So this literally means anything, which I work in borders. I work with
Mhm.
rules, and there were no rules.
That's hard.
So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a playlist of all the songs that I really like. And then what I'm going to do is put it on shuffle, and I'm going to hear certain lines, and I'm going to write down those lines. And then I'm going to make that into a monologue.
Ooh.
And so that's what I did. I
Yeah.
you know, did you forget this little flightless bird, blah blah blah. Like it was all these lyric pieces of all these songs that I loved, of all of them shuffled. And so
Nice.
that created a writing prompt for me, and I want to do that again because
That's really cool.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's very creative and like taking little parts of things that songs that you like. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
So you do know what bananagrams are?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played that one as much, but I do know what it is.
And then what about
Mm.
do you do words with friends?
Oh, I used to. I haven't played that in a while, but yeah, I love that. I need
Yeah.
to re-download that.
Yeah, now it's Words with Friends 2, and they're like, thank you for being a 15-year member. And I went, ugh.
Oh, wow.
Because I was a part of Words with Friends, and then I didn't play for like ever. And then I signed into Words with Friends 2, and they're like, oh, you still have the same Facebook account, so you're still with us. So you're with us for 15 years. And I was like, please don't say that. Like, that's not true. I
Right.
really have only been here for like a year, guys. But yeah, I'm original gangsta, gamester. Yeah,
Gamester,
exactly.
yeah, exactly.
Let's talk about Halloween.
Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. It's the best holiday.
I agree. Can confirm.
Yeah.
Tell me about
Mm,
Halloween.
I mean, it's just great. Like, I love Halloween movies. I love Halloween decorations. I love going to Halloween. Like, have you been to Worlds of Fun? I
Yeah,
guess it.
you
Yeah,
once. Yeah, once.
the Halloween haunt there is freaking amazing. I used to go every year when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the first one I went into was the vampire one, and it was like recently. It was like right after Twilight came out, the movie, and me and my friend went in there. We were like in 7th grade, and we walked in. And we were like, "Team Jacob, Team Jacob," and a vampire came up to us and like, "Jacob's dead." No, he's not. Yeah, I just love spooky things. Yeah.
What's your go-to Halloween movie that you have to watch every year?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I really like the wholesome ones like Hocus Pocus and Halloween
Halloween Town.
Town and
Halloween Town is my
um
favorite one.
it's so good. Yes. Um Probably Hocus Pocus. Yeah.
Mm,
And then they came out with Hocus Pocus 2. I think
yeah,
was it last year or 2 years ago? I loved that. It was so good.
that was great nostalgia for sure.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What do you usually dress up, or you go to parties, or do you just trick or treat with
Uh
nephews or nieces, or anything like that, or?
just depends on the year. Last year we had a Halloween party. That was really fun. My boyfriend and I dressed up as Shrek and Fiona.
Aw.
Yeah, it was really fun. Um, and then I think the year before that I went trick or treating with family. Um, Sometimes go to parties. When I was growing up, my mom used to throw us Halloween parties. And we would like invite our whole class and yeah, that was always fun. She would like make little games for us and costume
Aw.
contests.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
My mom was like, get out of the house, go trick or treating. Don't come back until you have a bag of candy. And I was like, all right.
Yeah,
I
but
guess.
that was always yeah, a good time, trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
Good
Um,
memories.
what do you think this year, since you're in a different place? You think you'll dress up? Do you have a lot
Mm.
of friends in the area, or?
Um, Not yet. I've made some friends, like, some of my boyfriend's coworkers. We've gone out a few times. They're really cool. But yeah, I have yet to make, like, my own friends. But that'll come with time. I've only been here a few months.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know what the plan is. I wanna go back to Halloween Haunt at Worlds of Fun. I haven't been in a couple years, so
If you go, let me know.
yeah, that would be fun to meet up.
That'd be cool.
It's such a good time. Like I love it. And have you been to the Halloween Haunt before?
No.
No. Okay, so they do like a big opening ceremony because they do like during the day the haunted houses aren't open. It's just the rides.
Right.
And I think at like 7 p.m. that's when they do the opening ceremony. And every time I just get chills. Like it's so cool. Like all the scary people come out at once and do like a whole parade and everything.
That's
It's so cool.
we have Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey,
Oh,
and a lot of my friends played as scary characters and stuff like that.
oh nice.
In the parties that you go
Yeah.
around and you're a zombie or whatever, and they're like,
I
yeah,
would love to do that.
paid all right, and
Yeah.
that's why they did it. I was like, my
Mhm.
mom would never drive me to that, so I would never be
Mhm.
able to make the money for it.
Mm. Yeah, I get
Um,
that.
but yeah, so yeah, I haven't dressed up in a while, and usually when we do dress up, we cheat because we already have garb, like Renaissance garb, because
Oh,
we do a sport called dagger here, and so it's all Renaissance type garb and that we
I
wear.
love
And
that.
so we'll just like go to a party and be like dressed up in our normal dagger here clothes and be like,
Mhm.
yeah, we went out and
Halloween?
got this Halloween.
Yeah, multi-purpose.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've dressed up as Wednesday a few times, that's an easy one.
Yeah, yeah,
Braids, black dress, white collar.
done.
Yep.
What's your
I
favorite
did it.
Halloween candy or that you can eat now?
Mm. Well, it used to be, candy corn.
Mm-hmm.
I know people either love or hate it, but that is not vegan, it has gelatin in it, but
Right.
yeah, but there are some good vegan candies out there. There's a brand called Unreal that makes, like, vegan, like, Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh,
Actually,
nice.
I made my own Reese's one time, and that was amazing. Um, yeah, I like peanut butter and chocolate.
Yeah, it's a
Chocolate,
good
anything chocolate.
combination. Yeah, chocolate is great. Peanut butter is
Yeah.
equally great. So,
Mhm. Yep, yep. Yeah. But so I did a micro opera, I think it was back in 2020 or 2021.
mm-hmm.
Um, and it was called the freaking I think it was called The Seance. It was like a 20-minute opera, and I played the voice of the dead, and it was so freaking cool. I did not write it. I sang in it. It was for Lawrence Opera in Lawrence, Kansas. Um, and like it was just so cool. It was about this man who's like they called him the man of science. He had like all these like uh relics and like he had like a hand of a dead woman like and like just a bunch of creepy stuff and then he had a séance. Um I think it was his brother and his wife and they did a séance and they were like calling for the spirits and I was the voice of the dead or the ghost that came to them and that was just so cool like yeah, I just like spooky stuff like I like playing those kind of
Yeah,
characters.
that's really cool.
Yeah, and I got to like possess the what is it? The person who does the séance.
The mystic
Like
or
yeah, I forgot what the name of the character was in the show.
clairvoyant?
Something like that.
I can't think of the word.
I can't either. But yeah, the one who was like, "Ooh, spirits come to us," you know.
Right.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was cool.
Well, that sounds awesome. That sounds like you got Halloween down to a science. You
I love
got
Halloween.
it's so good. And the
Mhm.
weather. I mean, that's the other point
Yes,
is
the
the
weather
fall
too.
weather.
Fall is the best season for sure.
Yeah. Um all right, so we got about 10 minutes here. Tell me about bowling.
Oh, bowling. I forgot I put that on the list. Um, I played bowling I was on the bowling team all 4 years of high school. Um, I don't know why I put bowling, but yeah, I have a done it in a while, but I do love it. I joined the team like just with two of my best friends in high school, just for fun. We were like, oh, free bowling, and yeah, we ended up making the team. Weren't very good, but we made the team. I feel like I got worse each year. Like I started okay freshman year, and then just went
Yeah.
downhill. Um, but yeah, it was just about having fun. I was never competitive with it. Um, but yeah, I had my own bowling ball. Well, it wasn't really mine. It was my dad's first, and
Aw.
because he was on a bowling league for a while when I was growing up,
Mhm.
so I used his ball. And then my mom had bowling shoes, and during one of our meets, the soles of one of my shoes fell off while I was bowling.
Oh
So that
no.
was fun. Yeah. But yeah, bowling is fun. I did volleyball too for a while.
That's right. And
Yeah.
so tell me about volleyball. You said you had to pick one or the other, right?
Mhm. Yeah, it was really hard to do um fall and winter sports and choir at the same time, because those were the times when they had like most of the concerts, like
Mhm.
especially with madrigals, the top choir that I was in. We had so many Christmas gigs. Like I could not do volleyball and that at the same time. And so yeah, I had to pick between the two, and I chose music. And I really miss volleyball, but
You said it's
I'm
expensive to get a team together.
yeah, I found a league in Colombia that I think it's like $200, but you have to have like your team already set up. Like I don't think you can just like step in as a single person and
Right.
join a team.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, but I don't know. I'll look into other opportunities for that. But
Yeah. And you said
yeah.
that you like to do more gym volleyball than sand volleyball.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah. Sand volleyball is so much harder. It's difficult to run in sand,
I
and
agree.
it hurts.
Yeah, I liked sand volleyball when it was like we'd play in fall with the friends and stuff, and I enjoyed that a lot, but I did not enjoy like sand in my shorts.
Mhm.
Like I
Yep.
was never one to dive for a ball. I was like, well, it's gone, guys. I guess it's over there now. Like,
It gets everywhere.
sorry.
Yeah.
Cause I don't move fast on land, so I figure I'll try to trudge through the sand, and maybe
Mhm.
everybody else. So we're all equal. We're all equal when we're
Mhm.
running through the sand.
It's
Um,
hard.
it's not easy, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about fireworks.
Mm. Um, so I used to like fireworks as a kid. I actually like when I was a kid growing up, 4th of July was like my favorite holiday because I loved fireworks. I loved blowing them off and stuff. I like it was actually really bad like how extreme it got. Like we would have Roman candle wars
Mm-hmm.
where you run around and shoot each other with Roman candles. Stupid, but I never got hurt, thankfully.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, a little over a year ago, I had a traumatic experience. Um, I don't know how far I should go into that, but
It's all on you.
fireworks are ruined for me pretty much, at
Okay.
least
All
right
right.
now. Um, yeah, I don't know.
You don't have to go any further into it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, for me, I've like maybe liked fireworks, maybe, but
Mhm.
then I fireworks were illegal in New Jersey. So we got like the whatever we can get from the border of like Pennsylvania or whatever, and it would only be like the trinket stuff, not like the huge like explode in the sky stuff. Usually like the whizzers and all that other things. And
Mhm.
so that was fireworks for New Year's and 4th of July. It was just the whizzers and the pop rocks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
and then when I moved to Missouri, and everybody was like shooting off fireworks every 10 seconds, and there were firework emporiums and all that other
Mhm.
stuff. And then, even living in the city limits, fireworks like 10 days leading up to 4th of July and 10
Mhm.
days leading after 4th of July. And
Yes.
then some. Like last night, I heard fireworks like go off like every was like every 7 minutes for 30
Oh
minutes.
my god.
And I was like,
That's just ridiculous.
why? Like, why is this
Yeah.
happening to me?
It
Um,
shouldn't. Like,
it's so
it's
dumb.
ridiculous.
So, yeah, and it's awful for our pets. Yep,
Mhm.
yep, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
I'm lucky. I recently adopted a dog in April, and she's not affected by them, but I am, so she kept me comfortable
That's good.
through that. Yeah, but it was it
Okay.
was a rough couple weeks
Yeah.
'cause yeah,
Yeah, nobody thinks what about
lots of
babies and
movers.
pets. And me. Nobody thinks about
Mhm.
me, Davy.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
um, and then the other one was toe socks. I love that this is on here.
Oh my god. I hate toe socks. I tried wearing them once. I think I got them, like, as a gift as a kid. I was like I put them on, I was like, "No, take them off now." It's like, I don't know, a sensory thing, overstimulation.
Yeah.
It's like, just even the thought of wearing them, even like, I haven't worn them since that one time when I was a kid, and I'm cringing right now thinking about that moment.
That's funny. Yeah, it's the feeling of something between all of your toes, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Like I can wear flip-flops and
Mhm.
have it between my two toes, but I don't like anything that has to go between all of my toes.
Yes.
That's
And, like, the
just
fabric rubbing
yeah,
against each
fabric
other,
rubbing against fabric.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
Uh-uh.
I completely
Uh-uh.
agree with you.
No.
And then let's talk Missouri cicadas for a minute.
The cicada apocalypse.
Mhm.
I'm so happy it's over.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Did you have a lot in Kansas City?
No, actually,
No?
we're having more now than we've had all summer.
Oh, wow. Yeah, like, I don't know, I think it was, like, May is when they came out here in Columbia, and I would take my dog on a walk, and I would just get attacked by them constantly.
Oh my god.
Like, they don't care, they run into you, like, and buzz right in your ears, like, it's terrible.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
like, I know, like, they're not harmful, like, they're not gonna bite me or anything, and they're good for the environment, like, they provide food sources for animals and stuff, and that's great, but they need to leave me alone.
Right. Yeah. Nobody
Like
ever thinks about Tori, right? Come on. Yeah.
exactly. The
These think
cicadas,
cicada, come on, man. Get with it.
for real.
Yeah, no, we actually there was like this article, I think I told you about it, where it was like why Kansas City is not being affected by cicadas.
Mhm,
And it was so weird. Like like people were talking about all over Missouri, all over Kansas, and
mhm,
they were just like, it's crazy. They're everywhere.
mhm,
They're so loud, and I would literally go outside to
mhm.
be dead silent, dead
Yeah.
silent.
That's what my family in Kansas City said, that they didn't have any issues. I'm like,
Yeah,
"They're
yeah,
everywhere."
yeah.
Ugh, like, it was so bad when I stepped out of my door, like, they're just scattered on the ground everywhere,
Oh my
on all the
god.
sidewalks, everywhere,
Oh my gosh.
on the trees. Oh,
Uh,
ooh,
yeah, they could
it
drop
was
down at
bad.
any moment. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Not about that.
Yeah.
Um, and then the last thing I have on here that I didn't talk about was rainy weather.
Oh, yes. That's my favorite type of weather.
Yeah.
I just love rain. I love the smell of rain. I love looking at rain. My cats love looking out the window when it rains, and I do that with them. We rain watch together. Um, yeah,
do you
I just love rain.
do you think that it's positive? Do you? I guess you have positive feelings with it, like memories and such, or is it just is it soothing? Like, what does rain do for you?
Yeah, definitely soothing. I feel like ever since I was a kid, like, even just, like, driving in the rain, I've just always loved it. I don't know what it is about it, but yeah, like, the sound of rain is relaxing,
Mm-hmm.
watching it.
Now, do you like
Mm.
storms or just rain?
I love storms, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, not, like, the super loud ones. Like, uh, like, when I was living in Fargo, there we had a lot of like really loud thunderstorms that would like shake our house. Like that's too much.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's too much.
There you
But
go.
less than that.
Well,
Yeah.
we talked about pretty much everything on your
Yeah.
list, and here we are at the 2 hour mark, which is where we want to be. Is there
Perfect.
anything that we talked about that you wanted to elaborate more on? Is there anything that you feel like we missed or that you wanted to continue about?
No, I think we got through it all, and this was really fun.
I'm
Thank you so much
glad.
for having me.
I'm so glad you had fun. Yeah, this
Yeah.
was a lot of fun, and I definitely hope to be able to see you in October. You should at
Yeah.
least come to Renfest. Ren,
Yes, I do want to do that.
just tell
That's
me
in
when.
November, right?
It's in October, November.
October, November.
Mm,
Cool. Yeah, that would be fun to meet up. Yes, we
because
live so close. That'd be cool.
I love Ren Fair. I know it inside and out, and we go with a really great group. So,
Yes, I would love to go. I like the only time that I went like dressed up was when I was in madrigals. We went and sang Renaissance music,
oh, that's
and that
so
was so much fun.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a nice time of year to have Renfest, but it also can get either still hot or incredibly
Mhm.
cold. And like
Mhm.
we wish for the cold, we do, but like there was one time that it was so cold you didn't want to go like do anything. Like it was like
Mhm.
in the 30s or 40s and it had just rained. Like
Oh
you
yeah, sometimes it
you
gets muddy too.
yeah, and it gets real muddy where we're at. There ain't no paved areas.
Mhm. It's just dirt.
Yep.
Yeah,
um
that would be fun.
But yeah, so awesome. So let me real quick look up somewhere we can go. Um, let's see. Do 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 do. Oh, okay. Josh is starting. Josh Tarek is one of our previous members of Wiki Wednesday.
Oh, cool. Is that
Yeah.
the last one?
It was the one 2 ago, I think.
Okay. I
Two or
think I saw
three
that.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
Yeah.
he's a wicked guy, and we want to go ahead and show him some love. So
Let's
that's what
do it.
we shall do.
Heck yeah.
And maybe if I spell raid right, it'll happen.
Mhm.
All right, guys, join us on the raid. This is the incredibly boring and horrible raid call. We are going to go say hi to our friend Josh. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Tori, for being our guest today, and for working with the time that we have allotted. And everyone, I hope to see you around. Thank you so much, and let's go say bye, Sai.